What's up, Sun Rays? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, if this is your first time, welcome. Hopefully you will enjoy the video, and if you do, hopefully you will consider subscribing at the end. Alrighty, let's get into this video. So today I am going to be doing a wash and go. One of you asked me to battle the Curl Origin Pink Superfoods and the Honey Hibiscus Curl Enhancing Gelee. Maybe you didn't say battle, maybe you just said do a side by side. Whatever the case may be, I wrote it down, this versus this, okay? So yeah, that's what we're doing today, okay? Now, I was trying to find one leave-in to use with both of these and everything, and I was kind of iffy on some of the leave-ins I was trying. So what I decided to do was go ahead and use the Honey and Hibiscus leave-in whipped cream on this side. I applied it in the shower, and then on this side I decided to use the Pink Superfoods leave-in conditioner with the Superfoods gel on this side, and I've already applied it in the shower as well. Okay, now because I've used these two already, they're both kind of light holds. They define the hair for sure, but they're a lighter hold. They don't give a lot of crunch or anything like that. I decided that I am going to top both of them with the Extreme Gel. Okay, so I've already used the Pink Superfoods and topped it with the Eco Argan Gel, I believe, and then I also topped it with the Eco Green, I believe. I'll leave those videos here, and I like those, but I've never topped either one with the Extreme Gel from Wetline. I haven't topped this. I'm not sure. Maybe I have topped this with something. I'm not positive if I have or not, but I know I used this alone for a wash and go. I got a pretty good wash and go, but it was big, it was fluffy, so forth. So I know you guys want a little bit more hold, so that's why I think I'm going to top these. And then also because it's hot here and humid, I want a little bit more hold as well, so I'm going to top them. Okay, now enough talking, let's go ahead and get into it. What I will do, for those of you who want to see how the gel performs on its own, I will give you a snippet of that, and then I'll top it with the gel. So what I think I'm going to do is go ahead and try to define the section the most with the actual gel that I am battling, and then just top it in a big section with the wet line. So I'm using less wet line, if that makes sense. If you want more hold, then you can do it opposite. You can use the gel in the big section just to kind of get it on there as a primer, and then you can go in with smaller sections with the wet line if you want to do that. But I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to use smaller sections with the gel from the Curl Origin gel, and then I'll go in with less of the wet line in a bigger section, if that makes sense. So you can just watch me. So right now I'm going to start with the Honey and Hibiscus Curl Enhancing Gelee, and like I said, the leave-in is already in my hair, so I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of this. So there you go. Rub it in my hands, and I'm going to apply it to the hair, so you can kind of see how it applies on its own and how the curls look. Okay. Get another section, and I'm gonna move pretty fast because I don't want my hair to dry out while I'm doing all of this. So here's another section with just the leave-in. I'm going to get a little bit of the Curl Origin Honey and Hibiscus Gelee, apply it to the hair, rake it through, smooth it on. That's kind of what it's looking like. Feel like I need a little bit more on the ends. Okay, so if y'all can see, that's kind of what it's looking like with just the gel. And then I'm going to do one more. Going in with the gel, getting a scoop, applying it to the hair. I'm going to go in with just a tad bit more, just a tad, because I want to make sure I get my roots. And that's what it's looking like. So this is what it looks like. If y'all can see, with just the Gelee. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in halfway through and I'm gonna get just a little bit of this wet line. If y'all can see that. And then I'm just going to rub it on the section like that. Just to kind of hold it, okay? And then I'm gonna go back up here. Add the Gelee. And hopefully these don't flake. Hopefully they don't flake. I think what I'm gonna do, separate that so I know that I already added the wet line to that. Going in with the Gelee. And guys, if it wasn't so hot here and I didn't have somewhere to go, I probably would try these without the wet line on top, but I need it to at least kind of last. Okay, so again, this is what it looks with just the Gelee. And then I'm gonna go in, get a little bit of the wet line. And I'm just gonna put it on top. Just to kind of lock it in. So there you go, okay? Let's hope it don't flake. Okay, so that's the curl origin. I'm gonna move over here to the pink Superfoods real quick to let you guys see it. So the pink Superfoods leave-in is already in my hair, and I'm just gonna go in with the pink Superfoods gel. I'm gonna get a little bit of it. Okay. Okay. Smells good. I'll go over more details with you guys on the product after I get it in my hair. Okay. Last section before I go in with the wet line. So pink Superfoods. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, y'all make sure y'all getting a snapshot of that so you can compare the two. And now I'm going in with a little bit of the wet line. I'm gonna put it on this whole section. That's what it looks like with the wet line. Okay. And hopefully you got a snapshot of this side when I was showing it to you as well. So you can kind of see how it's defining my hair on its own. And if your hair is similar, how it possibly would define yours. Not for sure, because everybody's hair is different and everything, but possibly, okay? Oh, shoot. Get that out of the way. Going in with the pink Superfoods. Feel like I took a bigger section on this side. So I'm going with a little bit more. Work it in. Pink Superfoods. Okay, so I will say, guys, that it is kind of humid here. It's hot in this room for sure. So I'm just letting you know that. And I do feel like this side looks a tad bit more frizzy, the pink Superfoods, as compared to the Curl Origin, but that doesn't mean anything. I'm just saying how it looks and feels right now. Oh, shoot. Clean my hands off. Now, let me get some wet line. I'm gonna apply it to this whole section right here. Okay, and that's what it looks like. Okay, with the wet line applied. There you go. And I tried to use the same amount on both sides. And I got my towel here and I'm cleaning my hands. Alrighty, so now we're gonna move up to this top section. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing using the honey and hibiscus on this side. And you guys can just watch.
Every day isn't shining like today. Beauty rising, I can say I have seen mountain highs and some valleys. Yeah, I've shouldered some baggage, felt the weight of some burdens, carried shame, cried in pain, took the lies and put them on me. I will leave it at the altar, God. I leave it at the altar, God. I leave it at the altar, God. Oh, I will give you everything now, God. Oh, I surrender all and leave it at the altar, God. Oh, yeah. Shining are the visions that I've seen and I've held on so tight. Turned out they were holding on me, on my skin, digging deeper. All I saw in the mirror, I had to learn. All I wanted was always there, deep inside me. So I leave it at the altar, God. I leave it at the altar, God.
right, guys, so I got it all applied to both sides of my head. And like I said, I feel like this side was frizzing up a little bit quicker. Like the hold was a little bit lighter for some reason, when I used to think that this was lighter. So here's the texture of the Gelee. As you can see, very soft, but still has some viscosity to it, or you know. And then this is the Weightless styling gel. Again, very soft. They are very similar. They're very similar, just one is you know, they're just a little different color. So they are lighter weight gels, but they do have a little bit, they're not like slimy, or you know what I'm saying, real sticky or anything like that. So yeah, you see both sides. Now that I'm looking at it, I just did this side, so to me this side is getting a little bit of frizz now, but that's because it needs to get under the dryer. It was done first. But this is what it looks like. I'm gonna turn around and let y'all see the back. Honey and hibiscus side. Superfoods side. I don't know what it looks like. Hopefully there is no white sitting on top. I feel like they both paired well with this so far, but we'll see once it dries. So let me go ahead and get under the dryer, and then I'll be back to talk about the leave-ins, how they both feel, which one has the most hold as far as cast and stuff like that. I'll be back to talk about that stuff when it's dry, so stay tuned. All right, guys, I'm back and my hair is dry. And right now, both sides feel pretty similar. They both have a slight cast, but you can tell that it's a light cast. And they both look pretty much the same, at least in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on something, stretch it, and I am going to use heat just because my hair is ill-shapen, so I need to really be able to stretch it and shape it the way that I want. When I use clips, it doesn't really do that. As you can see, it's still hanging long in the back in places, but I ain't gonna mess with it. I didn't already cut it and it already started growing back, so I'm not gonna cut it, but I do want to shape it, so I am going to use heat to do that. So I'll be back, stay tuned. Okay guys, so I am back and my hair is stretched as evenly as I, you know, was willing to do today. So, okay, let's get into the specifics. So both sides of my hair have a little bit of a cast, very light, nothing crunchy at all. And as you can see, my hair is very movable. Even though I stretch it with heat, I still have a lot of definition on both sides, okay? I feel like time is gonna tell, but I feel like that the Curl Origin Honey and Hibiscus Leave-In Whipped Cream and the Gelee feel a little bit softer and more moisturized to the touch. Just a little bit, not much, just a little bit. That's how I feel. I will say that the Honey and Hibiscus Leave-In Whipped Cream went on a lot smoother in the shower. I felt like it spread really easily. My hair felt really good. You could feel the moisture. Look at me with two watches on. Sorry guys. I had this one on when I was exercising. Anyway, you could feel the moisture with this one, and I just like the application of this one in the shower better than the Superfoods leave-in. This one wasn't bad. It just didn't seem like it had the same amount of moisture going on in the shower on wet hair as this one did. This one just felt really slippery and slick, and I just like the texture of it. It smells good. It has like a fruity scent to it. This is the texture. I just like it. Just gonna put it back here, okay? So yeah, I like this. You saw me come up here and apply the Gelee, and I showed you what it looked like on its own, as well as once I added the wet line. And I said I felt like this side was a little bit more defined than this side, where this side looked a little bit frizzier. And looking at it now, this side still looks just a tad bit frizzier, but not a lot. I mean, you can't really tell the difference too much. Okay, so I like this combo. I do feel like I see a little bit of a grayness on my hair, like there is a film on it, like there's going to be some dusting. When I was stretching it, I didn't see any flurries or anything, but I feel like I see something on my hair, but I'm up here, so I'm not sure. I'll know when I look back at the camera, and I'll definitely let you guys know. Now, when I was applying this one in the shower, it went on okay. Didn't go on as moisturized compared to this one. Now, if I wasn't doing it side by side, would I have noticed that? Probably not. This one is pretty, oh, that's why. Okay, so in the shower, the pump wasn't working. So one thing I will say is that in the shower, I had to take this off and I had to put the product in my hand, which I didn't care for, only because I wanted to do the same amount of pumps and try to use the same amount of product on each side, and it was hard for me to do that when I had to put it in my hand. But this is what it looks like as well. So it's thin too, but I just feel like this one has, I'm just gonna push it in there, has a little bit more moisture. This one smells okay too. It doesn't smell bad. It just smells like a leave-in, but I like the scent of this one better, I believe. You saw my hair when I came up here and I started to apply the gel. I already showed you guys the texture of the gel, and I showed you with this on my hair before the wet line, and I showed you after. So you guys need to go back to those clips. Hopefully you screenshot it or something so you can kind of gauge what you saw. I thought they looked very similar, with just a tad bit more frizz over here than on this side, but very, very, very similar. I do like the smell of the honey and hibiscus better than the pink Superfoods, but both of them are pretty light, so I don't think you will get scent sensitivity from either one of them. And I've stretched my hair, and this is what it looks like. They both pretty much have the same amount of shine, in my opinion. I will say that this side, like I said, looks a little bit more frizzy. However, what I did do on this side is when I went to stretch it, I stretched it on top, where this side I stretched it underneath. And I meant to stretch this one underneath too, just so I can keep more definition on top, but I forgot. So that could be why this one is showing just a little bit more frizz on top. So I want to be transparent there and let y'all know that. But under here, I did them both the same, and I feel like they're very similar. So I'll come back in 3 days. I'll try to come back on day 3, day 4, and let y'all see the difference, how they're holding up against each other, which one has more moisture or whatever. I'll come back and let y'all see. Hopefully I don't have any flaking. If I do, I'll let y'all know that too. I'm gonna turn around and let y'all see the back. I'm gonna try to put the part back, okay? So this is the curl honey and hibiscus side, and this is the superfood side. So hopefully y'all got a chance to see how they both look side by side. And I tried to stretch them pretty evenly, but Guys, I can't see back here, so I do the best that I can. And I probably still need my hair cut, okay? Because I know I got some stragglies back there. But anyway, this is it. So, yeah, I'll come back. So stay tuned for day 3. Okay, guys, so I'm back to show you 3rd day hair using the Honey and Hibiscus Coil Curl Enhancing Gelee on this side, and the Pink Superfood Weightless Styling Gel on this side. Both sides topped with the extreme wet line, okay? So this is 3rd day hair. I did stretch it a little bit today because I did work out, so it was shrunken, and I just stretched it a little bit with heat, and this is the result. So still a lot of definition, okay? And still soft and still moisturized. Before I stretched it, I was feeling my hair, and both sides felt very similar, very soft, very moisturized. There still is a slight cast, but it's not crunchy at all, but there is a hold, as you can see. So you definitely see the coils on the ends, and my hair definitely will last a few more days. There is a little bit of frizz on top, but again, like I said, I've been working out. It's been a little humid, and I've stretched it a couple times the day that I did it, and then today. So yeah, this is it, guys. Both of these to me are good gels. Softer holds, so if you want a softer hold, you like fluffier hair but defined, but you know, softer hold, maybe you wash every 3 days or something like that, I think you could probably get away with these on their own. If you want them to last a little bit longer, topping them with the wet line worked. I also topped, like I said, this one with the Eco, and it worked as well and gave me more longevity and everything. Neither one of them flaked. I haven't seen any flurries with either combo, so that's good. I don't see a lot of difference. I don't see a lot of difference. I think they look very good. I think if I hadn't shown you that I use 2 different products, you wouldn't know. Like I said, I went to work out today. Nobody noticed. Nobody said anything. I can barely tell looking at myself in the mirror. I do feel like I stretched this side a little bit more, but I'm not going to go back in with any more heat. But anyway, yeah, this is the hair. I like both combos, okay? And I like this gel with the mousse too, so that's an option as well. I really enjoy this whipped cream leave-in. I liked it better going on in the shower than I did with this one. This does say it is lightweight, so I do want to let you guys know that. For some of you, this may not be enough moisture. For me, it is, because it is a lightweight leave-in. And you guys know I like the Pink Superfoods gel. I mean, real life, I like my results. It is holding up to the humidity. It's not real shiny or anything like that, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. You know what? Let's do this. A lot of you, when you don't have shine, you'll put oil on your hair, and you can do that. I am going to use this coriander and fig, or coriander fig hair balm. Remember I talked about this when I was changing my room around. I said that I used this a while back for a grease twist out. As you can see, it's down. I have been using it, but I haven't used it since, well, I don't want to say that because I don't remember actually. But I don't think I used it since that video. I'll link that video here so you can see my hair. So let me use some of this instead of an oil. I'm gonna rub it in my hands and rub it on top and see if it gives me any shine. Look at that. Versus using oil. Uh-oh, ring. Okay. I'm gonna get a little bit more because I didn't get a lot, and I don't feel like it got all the way to the back, so a little bit more. Smells good. Make sure I get it on the ends. Yeah, I think it did give me a little bit more shine. And right now my hair is still movable, so that's good. I probably won't apply any more to my hair before I wash it. So yeah, with me working out and stuff, so I'll be washing it soon. But I think I can see that it gave it a little bit, just a little bit more shine. Not overly shiny, just looks healthy. Yeah, so we'll see how it does. So if you guys are looking for like a natural grease, you may try this. Like I said, it smells good. You saw it on my hands. You can still see a little bit of shininess on my hands, but it doesn't feel real greasy. And that's what I liked about it. It doesn't feel real greasy. I feel like I mean, my hands aren't just slipping. You know what I'm saying? I have to really move them for them to move. So it don't feel overly greasy or anything. So yeah, you may try it out. She sent it. All right, guys, that's it. Look, this third day hair was long, wasn't it? So that's it. Let me know what you think about the wash and go side by side. Which side do you like better? Oh, let me turn around and let you see the back. See if I can find the part. Okay. So, honey and hibiscus, pink superfoods. Okay, now take the part out. So hopefully you can tell, but let me know which side you like the best. Like I said, they're both moisturized. They both feel the same in my opinion. This side may be a tad bit softer. This may have a tad bit more hold on the ends, but that could be the way that I stretched it. Not sure actually. But both sides are soft and fluffy and look about the same to me. I like both sides. So yeah, guys, if you like this video and it was helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.